Good morning. I just want to say a little apology for lack of classes last week. I was on a very intensive course and yeah, I took all my time away. So if you would like some more Tai Chi videos to be created, please let me know. But I think I would love to just draw a line under that week, just have that little break in Tai Chi, and you know, start this week fresh. So do let me know if you would like me to create some Tai Chi experiences to cover the episodes that you would have had last week if I wasn't so busy. Right. Okay, so let's get on with a little bit of Tai Chi this morning. So feet together, nice and relaxed. Bring the weight down through the feet, weight on the one side, lifting that leg nice and lightly, placing it hip width apart, and then drawing the weight across and relaxing down through the tailbone into the floor. Relaxing those shoulders, releasing those shoulders, allowing the hands to float down the side of the body. I'm going to give everything a bit of a rigorous just give it a little bit of a stir there, just see how loose your shoulders actually are. And yeah, we'll start with a bit of a wriggle actually. So if you want to start shaking your body from the lower part, from the hips, and allow that to just move up through the body. Hard to speak and do. So we'll just take a moment whilst we do this. And back down. And down into the knees. Oh, quake the knees. Woo! Get those muscles, connecting yourself, your presence with your muscles in the body. See how you can shake those limbs, and then back. Give a little wriggle again to the hips, and see how that works through the body without too much effort. Oh yeah. Okay. And bring that to a stillness. Then we'll start shaking the head, just nice and lightly, just like shaking, and just like just feel arm movement through the head. Too big, not too vigorous, but just feel that movement through the if you're following something with your eyes. Cool. Back down to the shoulders, shaking those shoulders, and then down to the hips again. I'm just feeling a little looser in the head, hopefully. My head was decidedly stiff. Okay, and we'll bring through stillness. So let's sink that down now. I'm going to bring the hands to the back and float them down the back, breathing in up the sides, breathing out, floating down. Drawing the body up, sending the body down, bring the hands forwards, do the same front. Breathing, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And lovely. Okay, we'll do send the shoulders up for the front, over the top, down the back. Sinking the body, draw the body up, leaving the head behind, drawing the body up, the head slightly behind so it sinks into the body, and then as the shoulders sink down, the body, head comes out. Okay, the other way. Relax. Okay, we'll bring the hands together, give a nice rub. Sending them apart, bringing them back together again. See if you can feel that warmth between them. Nice and soft in the bottom part of the body. Nice and breathing in. And release the hands outwards, breathing in. And breathing out. Feel the hands magnetize towards each other. I know that I should there. Almost settling down into your heels. Maybe drawing forwards into your toes. Okay, we're going to change direction now to the diagonal. Ooh, change direction. Send your attention into your palms of your hands. Feel them warming up. Hands down to the dantian and we'll circle hands over. Nice and slowly, breathing freely. And down to the air. Shake the hands. Okay, we're doing a little bit of silk reading. You hear that rain? I don't know whether it's picked up on the microphone, but yeah, we've got some heavy driving rain again out there. I don't know, we've been waiting for it for 2 months. And it all comes in 2 weeks. Hello. Okay. Draw the hand up. Allow the hand to float upwards. And then turn the hand over. Allow the hand to reach outwards. Opening up through the shoulder. And drawing back to the dantian. Feel the weight change from one foot to the other. Feel the air flowing into the belly. And back out your nose. Feel the weight on the floor, supported by the floor. And change sides. Sink down through the feet. The present. Double yin, double yang. Synchronize the movement of the weight and movement of the hands. You find that for much of the movement of the weight, there's not a lot of movement in the hands. The movement is taken on by the legs. Remember to release any tension in the hips. Release any tension in the knees. Okay, and we're going to change direction. I'm talking to Australian people again. Feel the weight in the fingers, feel the air between the fingers, feel the heat in the fingers as you allow that energy to flow freely through your body, loosening, relaxing all the muscles in the shoulders, elbows, wrists in line with the body, nice and open, fluid. Think of how water flows, and bring together. Yeah, put it all in a nice little shake. Yes, let's do some windmills this morning. So, bringing the weight, intentionally think of a weight in your feet. Feel the body stacked up above the feet as though when in alignment there's no weight in the body, and the feet sink beautifully and cleanly into the land. So we're going to allow the hands to flow upwards, forwards and backwards, and then back down again. Changing sides, sinking down, rising up, sinking down. Wow, thunder. That was unexpected. Take on the elements, what's going on outside, the weather. Enjoy the rain. I'm going to go up and over now, so allow those hands to float all the way up above the head, keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed. Try and keep a nice rhythm to the arm movement. Nice relaxedness in those wrists. And back the other way. Rising up, feeling the shoulder movement, sinking back down and relax all the way through. Okay, so we're going to now feet just slightly wider than hip width apart, hands on the hips. We're going to bring the weight across onto the one side, move the weight from heel to toe by moving the hip joint. So sinking into that hip and relaxing that hip and feeling that movement. Try and just move the hip if you can. So it's like a squeezing of the buttock. It's different every time I do this, to be honest. And now I'm actually now beginning to feel those muscles in the hip area. I think a lot of time when we learn things, we kind of learn them through lip service. It looks about the same as what somebody else is doing, so that's enough really. But it's when you're continually talking about it, talking about the fact that you're just moving that hip joint, that you start thinking about, where is that hip joint? What are the muscles in that hip? How can I move that hip backwards and forwards? And I have people say, oh, the calves of my muscle, the calves of my legs are sore and stuff. And you think, they should be fine. I mean, basically, they might feel a bit because of the difference in movement. I mean, I tend to have quite tight under the leg. So this moving of the hip makes me realize that. So it might be calf muscles very tight, and this easy movement in the hip brings to attention long-standing tightness of muscles throughout the leg. Okay, let's change sides. Relaxing those feet, so check the feet are nice and relaxed, and go from heel to toe again. Heel from toe, really focusing on how that movement feels like in the hip. There's just the hip, you won't see the top of the body moving at all, we're just doing the hip. Yeah. And really, without sorting this one out, a lot of the other movements are going to be compromised. Okay, go for the heel, cross the heel, the toe. And try and use the outside of the feet when you're moving. So it's the outside of the feet, cross the toes. Try and almost count every toe, and then round to the outside of the foot, to the heel, to the outside of the foot. Feel that weight pressure. Every toe, cross every toe, and back again. It depends how tense your feet are, how successful you are doing that. But as they always say, practice makes perfect. If you're thinking about every toe, then eventually every toe will have a sensation. So let's change direction. Round the outside, remember. Count the toes, cross, count the toes, and back again. Like a Mexican wave through your toes on the floor. To begin with, I guess it would be satisfactory to feel the weight transferring across the ball of your foot from one side to the other. All right. And finish at the front of this one. We're going to go to the back of this one now. So we're going to go right. Figure of 8. Figure of eternity. Slightly different movement, but it's all in the hips. Thinking. So it is in the hips, this one. So the body, even though the body's turning, it's because the hips, you're using the hips differently. And then when we come to doing punching, there is a little turn in the waist. But you've got to get that turn in the hips right first. I think my dogs are very happy to be sat on the settee at this moment in time rather than outside. Let's change direction. And relax that belly and see whether you can get a sort of fluid movement, almost like belly dancing in there. So nice and soft, relaxing. Get that subtle movement across the floor. Okay. As soon as I say belly dancing, I start to, I've just noticed on the screen, I start to exaggerate a bit. Why not? Just keep those knees in line with the toes. Everything will be all right. All right. Bringing the weight back to one side. Empty in, and we can shake those feet. You want to shake the feet. See if you can shake the ankle. And shake. Lovely. Okay. That's very nice. Let's do a little bit of the sprawl. So I'll turn around and we'll do the sprawl. Okay. Just check my place. I think I'll be all right. And empty foot. Waist cross. Relax. Hands coming up. And back down again. Relax. Turn. Change weight. So that's a little turn in the waist there. Change back to the hip movement. And draw forwards, hip movement. Ready for Buddha attendant, pounds mortar. Definite hip movement. One hand up, one hand down. A little bit of waist movement there as well. Opening up. A little bit of waist movement. And cross the wrists. Step. One hand up, one hand down. A little bit of waist movement. Change the weight. And push. Teapot. Oh. Playing with the plant today. Make the plant happy. And push to the diagonal. Cross the wrists, the bird's beak. And step. And up to the bird's beak. Draw apart. Just the hips now. And sit down. Woo. And to the open palm. And hip movement. Here we go. So breathing. And turn. Boom. And a little bit of craziness with my feet there. I felt the tilt across the one side rather than nice and controlled across the feet. Sometimes it goes that way. We're all human. And that was the first time. Third time will be the brilliant time. So, you know, all gets a little bit manic every now and then. I'll try not to play with the plant this time. Okay. So, bring the weight across. And down. Turn the waist. And the waist. Cross the wrists. And teapot. Lovely waist movement. Try and focus when the waist happens and when the waist doesn't. And sit down. Hand to the open palm. And change direction. Ready? One hand up, one hand down. Cross the wrists. Step back. One hand up, one hand down. And white crane. That nice flow across the body. Nice opening up through the shoulders, through the back. Those muscles in the back. And relax. Woo. Well done. Love it, absolutely love it. Okay, so Gosh, I've lost the plot. As I often do. Okay, so talking about that white crane business, we're now going to open that up and we're actually going to do wading. So if you can do this, opening all the way up through the arms, bring one hand to the ear, the one hand forward, the other hand floats downwards. Open up, hand to the ear, one hand forwards, the other floats downwards. And feel that lovely movement in the shoulders. Always a little rotation in the shoulders. Oh yeah, nice and open in the back, tailbone pointed towards the floor. And we're going to step, picking the leg up, face forwards, drop the foot, change the weight, sink, pick empty leg up, face forwards, drop the toes, change the weight, and sink, pick the empty leg up, and place, drop the toes, change the weight, and sink. I'm going to go backwards now. For this time, I'm going to draw the hand to the ear, draw the weight back, and sink, change, so pick up the foot, place back down, change the weight, pushing back the monkey, and sink. Opening up through the shoulders, hand to the ear, draw back, place the foot, hip width apart, sink the heel, change the weight, sink the weight down into the floor. You see that movement all the way through the shoulder. Opening up, hand to the ear, weight completely in the back leg. Dropping the foot, then changing the weight. You definitely feel that you can push away the monkey. You're going to do one more step backwards, I think. So place the foot, drop the heel, change the weight, and sink. Let's go forwards again. Change the weight, pick up empty leg, and sink, pick up empty leg, drop the toe, change the weight, and sink. Feel the belly nice and loose and relaxed. And change the weight. Draw back, sink the weight, empty leg, and then be picked up, place back, drop the heel, change the weight, and sink. Oh my gosh, I'm so much warmer doing it with this explanation. Sink the heel, drop the heel, change the weight, and sink. Drop the heel, change the weight, just 50-50, and sink both legs. And feel the outsides of the hands. Feel the energy flowing through the shoulders, through the elbows, through the wrists that are in alignment. Allowing that energy to flow through. Feel it across the side of your pinky fingers on both sides of the body, as if there was a force coming towards you, you would be able to easily sink into that force. Using the energy from the earth, just allow the energy to flow outwards from the body. And relax, bring everything back. Oh, hold down, shake those arms. Okay. Let's do a little bit of heel, shake the legs, and feet hip width apart. We're going to do some heel rises. So breathing in, and back out. Breathing in. Give everything a shake. Give yourself a pat on the back. Oh, that's good. And we do a nice shake and send it off the ends of the hands. When you pick that up from Elmo. I don't think he's enjoying the rain. And down and shake. Awesome. Okay. So, let's that's good, isn't it? Right. Bring the weight on one side. And bring the feet to the spot again, sinking down to the feet. And bring the hands over the dantian. And breathing in, I'm going to shake your hands on the dantian. So the hands moving one way, body moving the other. And shake those hands, push those hands backwards and forwards across the dantian. And then up and down. Sinking up and down the feet slightly differently to the dantian if you can. And then we're going to shake, run the hands, yeah, really run those hands around the dantian, unlike what we normally do. Really physically feel that movement, and then back the other way. Ooh, one way is weird. And bring to stillness. And I'll go the other way. And then that's the from upwards on the right side over to the left side is in as the intestines go. So we'll finish on that one. All right, and relax and shake the hands. Okay. Nice room. Okay. So hands down by the sides, feet hip width apart still. I'd like you to close your eyes. Feel the weight through your feet into the floor. Feel the texture of the floor, the warmth of the floor. Tailbone pointing down. Shoulders nice and relaxed, listening behind. Drawing that chin slightly in so you can really listen behind. As we used to say, poking your ears out to listen to the minutest of sound behind you. Even trying to activate your spidey sense, the proximities of anything going on behind you. Now we're going to breathe nice and easy. And allow those hands to float upwards in front, sink down a little bit further with the tailbone, softening in the hips. Ooh. And the elbows float outwards. Hands to float upwards maybe. Finding that sweet spot, that perfect moment, place where it is not effort to hold those hands up there. They've sprung into that position under their own volition, and because they've done that, then it's very easy to keep that stance. I'm going to feel into your shoulders, relax your shoulders, feel into elbows, they're pointy or too sharp, an angle, allow that angle to open out a bit. Wrists are in alignment, fingers, there's air between the fingers, and they're slightly curled as though holding a tree trunk, and the palms of your hands are pointing back towards, not directly towards, but towards the dantian. Remember to listen behind, allow the energy to flow through the body. If you feel any tightness, go and investigate, breathe into it and let it go. Feel your feet a little bit too close together perhaps, your eyes closed, just bring them out a bit. Just try and keep the feet nice and parallel with each other. It's okay, go slightly outwards. Relax the smaller the neck, the nape of the neck. Relax the skin on the scalp. Breathe into dantian. relax in the chest. Feel your heart beat. Nice big in breath, and on the out breath, slowly allow the hands to float down towards the sides of your body. Doesn't matter how many breaths it takes. Allow the hands to dictate how fast they go down, how slowly they can go down. Once they're down, release them, feel them relax and release. And shake. Open the eyes, bring the hands around for the dantian again. And we just do a normal circle around the dantian. Breathing, feeling the body swaying from left to right, right to left. And then back the other way. Listening behind, opening up those shoulder spaces between the shoulders. Hands back, opening up. Allow the hands to drop down and breathing in. And breathe out, sending energy down the back of the head, down through the shoulders, through the shoulder blades, back, kidneys, back the legs into there. Down to the front of the face, across the throat, chest, the belly, front of the hips, legs. One last time through the center of the body. Feel that energy flowing downwards into the earth, connecting, softening, releasing any tension. Hands, weight to the one side. Bring everything together and salute. And thank you. See you next time.